Hey, broads.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning to you. It's very chilly in the studio. We're feeling kind of festive.
It's very cold. And
It's
I
cold.
only wore a blazer.
I know probably all the broads, or a lot of the broads out there are just like, bitch, shut
Fuck
up.
you. It's like 58 degrees. I'm freezing my ass off.
I can feel my bones breaking inside of me. I'm so cold.
It's freezing.
Yeah, it really is. So I feel like very much ready now to begin the true holiday season.
Yes,
because I
me
can
too.
play my annoying Christmas music.
Do you have
and
decor
all
up?
that. No, not yet, but I'm
Me
planning
neither.
on doing it maybe tonight or tomorrow.
See, the thing is, I want to, but then I start gauging as it gets closer to the holiday season. I'm like, that's
Is
for
it
3
worth
weeks,
taking
and then I'm gonna have to take it down. Like, maybe we just ride this one out. till the new year.
We're going to have a sustainability podcast coming up
Oh,
soon,
yes,
which I'm
yes,
super
yes.
excited about. But I've been now in like this huge debate about getting a tree. I've been a little bit struggle city lately. I want to find out more info about that.
Like, is it environmentally friendly to get a Christmas tree?
Yeah, like, I mean, the amount of trees that are sold every year and you
Well-
have them up for like a month, and then they're
True.
getting cut down, and the oxygens, and then
Yeah, I don't know
buying
about that.
I don't know. I haven't really like gotten into it, and all of a sudden I was kind of looking at like a tree farm yesterday, and I'm like, does this feel sad to me? I don't know. I never really looked at it, and all of a sudden I felt like a tear in my eye. Like, look at all these chopped down trees.
I'm not gonna lie, I sort of expected you to have like a giant, like Tinseltown pink metallic fake tree.
Oh, obviously I would like one, but my husband is like
Evan ruining everything.
ruining everything. I want the most over the top glam mod ridiculous tree ever, but you know.
Well, what I actually plan on doing is I plan on getting like the pine boughs so it still smells and putting them like on the fireplace.
Oh, that's nice.
But then doing a fake tree
Okay.
that we can keep. Not because I never actually thought about that whole tree thing. But they have a lot of Christmas trees at the thrift store.
oh, that's a great idea.
So I might go snag some there.
Okay, that's a really good idea. Maybe I'll get like a secondhand fake tree.
Yeah, you can look up like used Tinseltown tree.
Oh, and adopt a tree.
Aw. I want a flocked one. Anyway, okay, enough of
Sorry.
this. If I even end up decorating, which I've never done in my adulthood.
Oh, I will. I always do. But anyways, we'll maybe ask that question on our sustainability podcast.
Yes, we should ask. Yeah, we have it coming up, I think next week or the week after. My friend Sierra owns a small shop in New York, and she is on a mission actually to live her life with no single-use plastics at all. And she's like really
Wow.
gotten into creating like a sustainable everyday life for herself and her family. And she has a daughter and everything. So it's going to be great.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
want to learn everything. I know so little.
I'm
that
very
I just wanna
inspired by her.
Be a sponge.
So that'll be good.
So should we touch base about our last episode?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
I just want to say this. We got a little bit of feedback, and I just want to say, please don't take our lives as examples for your life.
We're talking about the last episode where Bekah announced that she's pregnant.
Yeet.
Congratulations again and again. And so many beautiful messages from that.
Oh my, okay.
So many kind messages.
I don't even know why I'm hopping into that dumb shit. Thank you so much for the outpouring of love and support. It was really touching, and just like so many of the messages and comments, the ones I was able to see were so sweet and touching. And I love hearing other people's stories of like, I'm pregnant with my second right now too. I'm due
Yeah.
June, whatever. Like it's really fun. And it's been such a stark difference from when I first got pregnant with Ruth. And I hate to say that about her, because I'm like, I'm so sorry, Ruth, that at first your pregnancy was like shrouded in darkness, and you know, she's such a light now.
Yeah, she's just a little
she always
angel.
has been. But it's just such a contrast, and it's been so pleasant to start going through this pregnancy, just being really happy and excited and peaceful, and you know, even the responses from people are very different. So it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. But we had some talk about different contraceptive methods, and we had some talk about the pull-out method. And I just want to say, please do not take anecdotal evidence as your model for
Yes,
your contraceptive
especially if
choices.
you are a youthful listener and you're tuning in and you're going like, "Oh, they said the pull-out method's best." That's not what we mean.
No.
Clearly, there have been pregnancies.
I hope
from
I'm
that.
an example of how that's not the best option at all. Please, though, talk with your care provider. Do your own research. I linked it on my stories. The Planned Parenthood website has a full list of all the different birth control methods, and it's like
their website
with all
is
the
so
different
thorough.
percentages of effectiveness. It's fantastic. That being said, just please make responsible choices that feel right for you, and we support you in that,
Of
whatever
course,
that may be.
Whatever that may be, do your research. We're not experts, though we do have hopefully soon someone coming on who is an expert, and I'm super excited to dig into that. And then if you have a problem, you can blame it on her.
Yep.
But one of the other big questions that we got, which I wanted to talk about, is that people kept asking, why didn't you guys talk more about condoms? Are you anti-condom?
We're so dumb.
We didn't really talk about condoms. And do you want to talk about why we didn't talk about condoms?
Yeah, because Jess and I are fucking idiots, and apparently we'd rather gamble with the pull-out method than use condoms because we personally hate them.
You guys, I don't... Listen, I will preach, and I preach to, by the way, all my friends. I'm always like, you better use... I'm a condom queen. I talk about it a lot, but when we were talking about our own stories, I have never been a huge fan of condoms, and
oh my God,
it's
Jess.
not I know.
Don't say that.
No, I'm talking about me personally.
I know.
Listen, I know it's bad.
Well, this is what. Okay, so anyway, we don't have to get fully into it, but when we were talking about monogamous relationships, obviously, like when I've been hooking up with people and all that kind of thing, I'm using a condom to protect from.
If I ever hook up, and please hear us out. If you are having a hookup with someone, please,
or if you're in a non-monogamous relationship,
please use a condom to protect yourself from any sort of STD or STI.
Plus, can you really? Yeah, you can't necessarily trust that person. You don't know them that well.
Yes, please. Now, in my conversation, I'm thinking about my specific relationship with my husband.
Yes.
And personally, and someone asked if this was like the patriarchy because like,
maybe,
is Evan saying,
refuse?
I refuse to put on a condom, woman. I can't feel it. You know, whatever. This is my personal thing, is that I have requested not to because I don't like the feeling when he has a condom on personally. So I was on birth control, and I am now currently using the family planning method. And I would personally, gamble using a condom in that situation.
We also didn't talk about this, which maybe we'll get into with the expert, but the pull-out method is not the same as the FAM method, which is the fertility awareness method, which is actually quite thorough. And
thorough.
Planned Parenthood goes over, please go look at their website and read about the effectiveness and how to use it and all that kind of stuff. Don't just wing it, going off of our word, but that includes taking your temperature every morning to figure out where you're at in your cycle, cervical fluid monitoring, among other things. So there's many different methods of preventing pregnancy, and yeah, I guess we didn't talk about condoms because we just don't like using them in our monogamous relationships.
Yes,
which is
when I'm in a non-monogamous situation, always strap one of them babies on. But with my husband, I just don't prefer the feeling. I don't know. But you know what? I have actually many close friends in marriages who use a condom every time. And they're like, doesn't bother me at all. Feels great.
Smarty
I'm like,
pants
awesome.
and not pregnant. So
and the specific person I'm thinking of has actually remained not pregnant the whole time, and I got pregnant.
Imagine
so bada boom, here we are.
Anyway, just please make your own informed decisions, and please talk to your care provider. All right. Anyway, enough of that.
Enough of that. We're not experts, maybe about not getting pregnant. We are about The Bachelor, I think, though. So we're going to get into that.
Yes.
Or amateur Bachelor.
Yes.
Aficionados, whatever.
Amateur. I've even been through it, sweetie.
Yeah, you'd be an expert.
But you've watched like forever, so actually you're probably more of an expert.
Yeah, I realized how many seasons I did miss in the middle there, though. So you know what? We'll call me I don't know, some sort of, what is it when you're not an amateur, but you're not a professional? I don't know the name. Doesn't matter. Speaking of pregnancies.
An enthusiast. You're a Bachelor enthusiast.
An aggressive enthusiast. Speaking of pregnancies, though, one of the biggest challenges I had during pregnancy, and especially post-pregnancy, was finding a bra that, one, actually fit me and my changing breast size, and 2, that was actually comfortable. We all know that there is a bra company that I dare say maybe created the perfect and inclusive bra. It's Third Love.
Third Love uses data points generated by millions of women who have taken their Fit Finder quiz to design bras with breast size and shape in mind for a perfect fit and premium feel. I actually recommend Third Love to like all my friends and family members. I'm always like, well, but have you tried the brand Third Love?
Why aren't you wearing a Third Love bra right now? You know what
they
I'm saying?
offer more than 80 sizes, including their signature half cup sizes. I always tell people about the half cup sizes. They help you identify your breast size and shape and find styles that fit your body, because they know that breast shape is actually a huge factor of finding that perfectly sized bra. And let's be clear, these bras are also the most comfortable. And you know those annoying bra purchases you make where the straps won't stop slipping? Well, Third Love's Fit Finder quiz makes sure that won't happen.
That's one of my favorite features of my Third Love bra. The straps never slip down. And by the way, they have great nursing bras too. Also, Third Love has a team of expert fit stylists that are dedicated to helping you find your perfect fit. They are available every day to help via text, chat, or phone. So if you aren't quite sure what you need, you can contact them easily. Every customer has 60 days to wash it or to wear it, wash it, and put it to the test. And if you don't love it, return it, and Third Love will wash it and donate it to a woman in need. Third Love donates all their gently used return bras to women in need, supporting charities in their local San Francisco Bay Area and across the U.S. So far, Third Love has donated over $15 million in bras.
That's fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Instead of ending up in landfills where a lot of returns end up. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/chatty now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/chatty for 15% off today.
Okay.
Batch Nation.
Batch Nation. We
Dude,
are
if we think
revving up. I am so, you know what?
Ready to get trashed and get 1-star reviews for Pete's season? Because I'm ready.
Honestly, I needed the break.
Oh,
I felt like I was
bitch,
starting.
that was the longest 9 months of my goddamn life.
I felt like I was like starting to become like, again, everyone we would see out, we'd be like, is that Kaylin?
We
Is
were
that
both
Dean?
having dreams.
We were
about
having
it.
Bachelor dreams. I felt like all my conversations with people outside of my home were involving The Bachelor.
Yes, 100%.
And now I feel like really revved up and ready to go again.
Me too.
It's that time, you know?
Yeah,
But
I know. It was so much.
It was a lot.
It was oversaturation. The seasons were literally back to back to back.
Yeah.
In a way I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. And there was just so many new characters and faces that I was feeling like, you know, at a point where I'm like, I need a pause to meet new people. Okay, I need a pause to have new people in my life.
Well, get ready, because we're going to come across some faces we're not going to get rid of for the next however many months. In
Okay.
fact, we still saw some very familiar faces.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's the deal, broads. Pete is our new bachelor. I am relatively excited.
I'm apathetic at best. I don't care.
I'll say this. With Colton, I was really disappointed that he was the bachelor.
With Colton, you know, the feelings were strong in one way or another, which I loved.
That's true.
Polarizing.
We had very strong opinions about the fact that Colton was our new
Which kind of made
bachelor.
it fun, because we were like, prove us wrong.
Prove us
Colton.
wrong. And turns out we ended up being fans at the end when he went rogue and went on like This American
Insane.
Life, and now he's like an entertainer.
Did you ever listen to that episode?
I did.
It's insane.
It's crazy. If you guys haven't listened to the This American Life episode with Colton on it, he drops and spills all the tea.
So much tea.
It's crazy. I could not believe what he was saying. I
He
can't
must
believe.
have gotten, like, seriously in so much trouble.
Do you think that he had to go through some sort of lawsuit? I mean,
No, they probably sent him some cease and desist about it. Though.
I was just, I
It was
couldn't
crazy.
believe it. I couldn't
Me
believe
neither.
it. But I ended up loving the gone rogue Colton at the end. I was like, turns out he was the smartest one the whole time. Okay, we were talking some major trash, and he, you know, yeah.
But with Pete, you know, it's like I feel like
He's a sweet guy. He seems like a sweet guy, and he seems very sensual. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of sex in this season.
he seems like a pretty balanced guy.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I mean?
does. I feel like
So-
he'll probably handle the situations fairly well.
Yeah.
I mean, we do know that at one point he breaks his poor face. That's going to be
that's right.
dramatic.
He had to go to the hospital or something.
Yeah, he like smashed a wine glass against his face or fell with some sort of wine glass and it cut his face open.
I just imagine him be like, "Wow, what the hell?" Ding.
Like instead of a beer can, when they smash the beer can, he does it with the wine glass, and we're like, Pete, don't do that.
He's trying to impress all the ladies. Like, look at this cool party trick.
Pete, I'm so sorry. I'm not making fun of
You
your
don't think
poor
someone
injury.
was having like a Real Housewives moment where they like shoved their glass in his face? Do you?
I don't know.
That'd be insane.
I feel like.
I mean, I'm not saying I hope that he was injured
No,
that
of
way, but
course
like
not.
for the TV, I hope it's something to
But
that degree
also,
of drama.
I saw like little clips at some point where he gets like super sick too.
Oh, no.
And he's like in the hospital for 3 days. It looks like Pete went through the ringer. Like,
Jeez, poor guy.
I know, I feel bad. It's like the kind of low key Bachelor, and he just gets demolished.
Man, just on an emotional level and sleep deprivation level, gnarly.
I wonder how his mother handled all these injuries and illnesses.
And like meeting all these women, she's like, Pete, I love all of them. I don't know what to do with myself.
She can't say no to any of them. Turns out Pete has a very strong opinion about one the whole time, but his mother's in love with all of them.
I can
so
just see
that's
her being
the
all
drama.
stressed. Like, Pete, I just don't know. They're all so lovely.
Oh gosh, I really hope that they have his family in it a lot.
Wouldn't it be crazy if like his brother got with one of the other girls?
Oh yeah, because they do have that very similar. I forget his brother's name.
But he's also a pilot.
Jack,
Yes.
I think Jack.
Jack the pilot.
And he has like Pilot Pete, and he's like jet setting Jack or something
Yeah, I
like
like
that
that.
on his Instagram. It's very cute.
Oh, is it really his
Yeah,
Instagram?
they literally have like that dual.
What's with their family and planes?
Well, the dad was.
What's the deal?
What is the problem? Do you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna now talk ourselves into somehow not liking Pete, even though he's like so lovely. Like,
He had,
what's
like,
the
a
deal?
Plane fetish? I don't get it.
His dad was a pilot. So it's kind of a family thing. I'm sure both of them were conceived on a plane. Let's be real.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how many? Okay, let's be real. How many times have these guys already fucked on a plane?
Oh, please.
Didn't he like say he already was a part of the Mile High Club, or am I making that up?
I feel like maybe you are, but I don't know how he couldn't be. I mean, come on. Like, he's a handsome guy. He's a lovely guy. If he was the pilot everywhere you were going, and
Is that like something the pilots can do? Just like slip out from the cockpit?
seems dangerous, but I
They
don't
don't
know.
call it the cockpit for no reason.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we know that that's going to be an intro line.
Totally. Oh yeah, limo line.
I cannot wait for the unbelievably absurd amount of flying and airplane puns that are going to be happening.
What was Colton's shit?
virginity? Which
Okay,
I'm really
planes
glad.
are better than virginity.
Honestly, like, I'm so glad that the whole virginity thing is done. There was like so many upsetting levels to that. It was just being
It's just
thrown
and
around.
Also, it was just fucking annoying. And
it was annoying. It was also just like, it felt so like
this was the
mocking and immature
pinnacle
and
of what-
weird.
yeah.
And then idolizing it, and it, just
it's bizarre.
bring on the plane puns. Honestly,
True.
like,
Although okay, so we're gonna be talking about the intro, but like, you know, we already saw in the intro a girl in a freaking windmill costume. So of course we're gonna be getting more windmill jokes,
Oh, yeah, I
which I'm so. That's right. Okay, so Colton's was virginity and then jumping the fence.
Yes.
So now it's gonna be windmills and
planes. Yep.
planes.
Yep.
All right.
They figure out with Hannah. Well, what was Hannah's? I mean, she was the one
Pageant queen?
the pageant queen who also couldn't make a toast on her first date. So it was like making fun of
Yeah,
her
she
every time
didn't-
she would toast, I guess.
Yeah, she didn't really have a thing, which I'm like kind of thankful for.
I
Remember
guess
Ari's was the kissing bandit.
that was
In his
so-
promos, they'd put him in a mask. Poor guy.
It was like a party store mask that was like 57 cents. It was like the plastic dye.
Oh
It's like, get this poor guy out of this mask. My God.
He's like, I'm 36 now.
yeah, he's like, I'm a
You're
grown ass
making me
man. Why
do
are you
this?
putting me of all people in a mask? Like, I have a business. Like, it was so sad.
Wow.
Oh,
Tragic.
God.
I feel like they do that though for the guys. They like give them their little like shtick.
Yeah, probably because, I mean,
They're fairly personalityless most of the time.
I was going to say no shade to men, but, you know, we as women, you know, we tend to be able to our repertoire is, I don't know, we can go back and forth more. We feel like we interview better.
Well,
like,
you know what, too? The guys usually have a gigantic gap between the Bachelorette and theirs airing, so they have to remind you, like, remember the windmill plane guy? Like,
remember this guy? I mean, I will say, though, now with all the social media, how much that's exploded, like, Becca and I were just talking before we started recording. We are spoiler less right now. Like, we are zero spoiled. And
I don't think I've ever been so little spoiled in years.
I didn't know much with Colton, but I had like a few little nuggets here and there. Both of us know literally nothing.
The problem is like I was following Colton, and I think I even started following some of the girls for whatever reason.
So you can kind of see all of a sudden, like,
and I think I was checking in on Reality Steve, honestly. No, I wasn't. Not for Colton's.
No,
season.
not for Colton's.
Because we were covering it.
But with one of the things that I noticed, why I and we're both not going to follow any of the girls from Peter's season, or even like try to look at their Instagrams, because normally you see whichever girl gets the most followers the quickest is the girl who probably won, because people are checking in on Reality Steve and going to follow her to see what's going on.
That's a good point. And even if you just glance at a photo, you're going to see a comment that says like, congratulations, you're engaged. It's
like, we're on week one. One. Please don't, you guys, don't be the people who hop on and say congratulations and ruin it. Please. Some of us want to stay, you know. Also, this is the other problem, is that because social media has become so intense with all these Bachelor contestants, Becca and I, to be able to report thoroughly to all of you, have to really like try to stay engaged with all the drama that's going on. So sometimes it's hard not to find out stuff through that.
We actually stayed pretty good for...
I don't know.
See, Hannah's season was hard because like we were looking up the stuff about Jed having a girlfriend, and then certain outlets would be
we didn't know anything about really Hannah's season. We stayed pretty good until you knew that Tyler was going to be in the top 4, I think. Which, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, look at the guy.
Surprise, yeah.
But then, other than that, until the whole drama came up with Jed,
then you start finding out like she's going to pick him.
Then you and I had to kind of start digging and researching to find out tea to give all of you. And then you kind of end up finding out that she's going to pick him, and you're like, but I still had this part in my heart that thought that maybe she wouldn't. But I was surprised when then she started to request Tyler's presence afterwards and wanted to go on a date with him. That threw me for a loop.
Well, but now she's down to all choice number 3.
Okay.
He got let go in 3rd?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, he made it to top 3.
Yes. Okay. Broads.
Wait, also real quick, I just want to say that I think we're planning on releasing, we're going to go through all the ladies.
Yes,
which
we are.
It's actually kind of my favorite thing. I'm really looking forward to it. I had so much fun when we did it for Hannah's season. So we're going to do it for the girls. For Pete's season, I think the week before the first episode, which ends up being like New Year's week.
Yeah, New Year's week.
So
we will be dropping. Yes, I'm so excited.
Me too.
Oh my God. Okay, so in the previews, if you have not watched the previews for Pete's season yet, you can go on,
Bachelor ABC Instagram.
Yeah, and you can see a few.
Or just look up Pilot
we
Pete
see
promo.
We see his promo first, which, okay, can we talk about his promo for a second?
Oh, you mean like the incredibly dramatic I'm feeling good one?
So I think this whole like unbelievably over the top digital thing started with Hannah's.
Yes. Okay, because I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like this whole like movie trailer of her in this like Cinderella dress through the forest.
And there's rose petals that are following her, and she's like it looks like she has the Kira Kira app on her because she's like glittering like top to bottom.
It was crazy.
Super dramatic music. And then Pete's is now very similar, like high gloss, looks like a Disney creation, which I guess it's ABC, so maybe they use their people on it.
Yeah, but it's like super weird CGI, kind of like
strange CGI. It's strange CGI. Like they're gonna decide to start making a cartoon about Pete's life afterwards.
Well, it's so weird because like this high production, like, you know, intro whatever, and then like the actual show is just like all these clips of like women fighting and shit, and it's just like it
doesn't match.
No,
which by the way, Disney, I mean ABC, you guys are a unit. Maybe
why don't they do a Bachelor the movie?
They should 100% do a Bachelor the movie. They should also now on Disney Plus do a cartoon version after the season, like Pete's Life After with him and his family.
Crazy. Also, they should just put up all the seasons for free on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Or on Hulu or on something, please.
Yeah, just all of them. Come on.
Can we petition for this?
Yeah,
because you have to buy them for like $20.
You have to pay like $20 for your
haven't-
season. I bought yours.
You did?
Yeah, I bought
that's right,
yours
you were
like
watching
a
with
year
family.
ago. Yeah.
Damn, I still haven't. I haven't watched it since it came out.
You definitely need to watch.
I have
you
to
still
make
haven't.
Grayston.
You haven't watched it with Gray. I'm telling you, you got to do it. He'll fall even more in love. It'll be great.
He'll get jealous, and
I
then he'll want
know.
me even more.
Yes. You should definitely make him start watching it. Like if you guys ever get into some sort of fight, just be like, just by accident, have it on in the background. And Ari's just like, I've never been more attracted to someone in my life. And you're like, please take this mask off.
You look ridiculous.
You are a good kisser.
Like, look, Grayston. See how desirable I am, you lucky bastard. How did we get off track? What were we talking about?
Talking about Pete's
his
CGI
dramatic promo.
But then
Weird.
it's also the and I'm feeling good. And it's so like shimmying and
Were
like
there windmills in that?
there's windmills.
Oh
There's
my
he's
God.
in the entrance to the windmill with a rose. There are planes flying above him. I don't know why there's no like goddamn fireworks going off in the background. Like it is a
Insane.
whole scene. It's ridiculous.
Insane.
I can't handle it. But then they put
It
out.
gets me hyped for the season, though.
It does get me hyped,
Like-
but in a way of like, this is going to be ridiculous and exciting because it's so.
I actually am getting like so stoked for this season. Like it's been a 3-month gap. I'm ready.
I can't wait. And now you know that there's going to be more wrong raisins people than ever because
they're gonna get like
everyone
3 million fucking followers.
everyone knows. They're like, this is the beginning of the rest of my life, at least for the next 5 years.
For real. Wait, I need to see real quick. What Pete's follower count is at right now.
Yes, let's check in.
1.2 million.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Colton is at 2 million. Oh, Pete's gonna like fly past him.
Pete's gonna fly. I believe
No
Tyler.
pun intended.
Already it's beginning. I believe like Tyler Cameron is at 2.2. I know he has
is
more than Colton.
exactly. You hit the nail on the head.
I checked the other day. I was like, how's Colton coming in this race?
But like the crazy thing is, it's like how long can Tyler sustain just being the hot guy who's single? You know, because remember Peter off Rachel's season, like that tanked within like maybe 6 or so months.
True, but I have some more.
2.2 million
I have
is a
some
lot.
tea that was all over the place about Tyler, so we can get into that in a second. I think Tyler's gonna keep. I think he's gonna stay
Wait, what's
in the
the tea?
limelight.
Just tell me now. I need to know.
Okay.
Go tease us.
Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. Now this is the tea.
What?
Tyler, Pilot Pete, and Dylan Barber was without Hannah G and was spotted, the three of those boys, in like a front row box at a football game. I think it was the Rams.
Okay.
And they were with Kendall Jenner. I forget the other model. And Stassi, who I don't know if you know Stassi.
That's right,
Kylie's
Stassi
best
baby.
friend. Stassi baby, who's Kylie Jenner's best friend. Okay.
Dude, he's dating her?
It's rumored that Tyler's been spotted
Wait,
in
so they were
PDAs.
with all of them and like
So-
Dylan wasn't with Hannah?
I know, but I was like, oh shit. Now these Bachelor guys all of a sudden are getting like
Serious celeb
like
status.
Gigi, come on, these are like celebrity women. Stassi, Kendall Jenner, and I forget. I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of the other one, but she's another like
Dude, that
high-end-
shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
So Tyler and Stassi have been seen about.
what the fuck?
But
How is he getting like in with these chicks? Though?
Well, I mean, if you think about it like this, if he was with Gigi, right?
I mean, that's some like street cred, you know? It's
So
like,
he's with
well-
Gigi, and then he'll meet Kendall Jenner that way.
And then she's like, hey, let's just go to a football game.
And they're
meet
all
my
hanging
friend.
out, and then like, he stumbles upon Stassi at some party, and Stassi's always with the Jenner people. By the way, I do know her,
Who?
Stassi.
How?
Well, this is like no in the sense of like bumping.
You guys hang together?
Her and I hang on the reg. No, but I have met her more than met. We've hung out a couple times because the people that we did the past life regression with recently.
Oh, are friends with her.
Friends with her. Evan, her ex-boyfriend, Samuel T. That's drama. And Evan did some music stuff together. I know, with this young Hollywood. Anyways, point is
young Hollywood.
Young Hollywood, which by the way, I would hang out with some of these groups of people and just be like, hey, at the time I was like 28 and you guys are like 18 and I just felt ridiculous.
Yeah. I feel ridiculous, and we're like the same age.
It was embarrassing for me. But anywho, point is, for our Lord and Savior Tyler Cameron, Stassi, lovely person.
Okay, cool.
Good friends with some of our friends. So all I'm saying is blessings.
Interesting.
Blessings.
You know what's crazy? This is the interesting thing. The guys are going to achieve like a different kind of celeb attention than like the girls will. You know,
right.
Because it's like, it's not like fucking, I'm trying to think who some major dudes are.
But like,
why can't I think of any?
Like,
it's not like Harry Styles is going to be watching The Bachelor and be like, I got to slide in this girl's DMs.
Right, like Hannah just won Dancing with the Stars. Congratulations, by the way, Hannah, you won. And I think I said when she started, I'm like, I bet she's going to win. Because when you saw that first dance, it was like, damn, she was really good at this. But no, you're totally right, because we're not seeing Hannah being spotted with any like A-list men. But all these boys, because you have all these women watching from all different, like,
like Demi Lovato,
seeing Mike, like someone like, you're talking Jennifer Aniston is a huge fan of the show. I mean, you're talking like A list people who watch the show, but mostly probably women.
Yeah.
So now they're all like
pretty interesting. And also women are different because like you see, not that guys don't do the same thing. I'm not saying guys are just all about tits and ass, but like a woman's going to see a guy portrayed on the show and they're going to be like, wow, I could really see myself dating him.
Right.
A guy's most of the time is not going to watch the show and be like, wow, like, is going to be some A-lister and be like, I got to slide in this Bachelor. Maybe.
Well, also I was thinking about if you're some like, because no shade to the Stassi's and Kendall Jenners of the world, but like, these are not women who got famous because they, have been hustling since they were young, trying to get a career on the stage.
Well, some people would disagree with you. Kendall's been hustling, girl.
She's been hustling. I'm not saying she hasn't, but she was born into it.
Sure.
I'm talking, and then Stassi was friends. I'm talking, these aren't these people who were like, I'm putting my pennies towards my grad or my college so that I can dance on the stage and hopefully someone will see me, and I've been working for however long, It's Insta, it's whatever. So they have had this reputation for forever, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone wants to be with them for clout, all that. So all of a sudden, you're the type of woman who you're only dating other men who are extremely famous, right? I'm sure that is really crazy.
Oh, yeah. So you're like, here's like a normal-ish guy.
Here's a dude who lived in some smaller town and now he's getting famous, but he worships me.
But dude, I would think that's kind of worse in a way because then it's like this person who's new to fame and is like, might be, it doesn't seem like that's the way it is for Tyler, but like might be like really. But
don't you think then, but like if you were a Kendall Jenner, you'd be like, you could slam him so hard, like you think you're famous.
Totally.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. You're on
Do you
the
know what I
fucking
mean?
Bachelorette.
So anytime that they'd start to get an ego, you just look at like the girl that you're dating and you'd be like, I'm nothing in comparison. And that would probably feel kind of good.
Totally.
I don't know. It's such a weird dynamic that this is happening. But point is, the fact that Stassi, Kendall Jenner, and someone else are in a box with Tyler, Pete, and Dylan just killed me.
All right, well, we really got off track there. Sorry if we're pissing off you guys who are like, can we just please talk about Pete's season and not about fucking Instagram models? I'm so sorry.
Okay, we promise we'll get more to it in a second. This is what happens when we get back on The Bachelor. You know what I'm saying?
This is what happens when we do like a little freeform Q&A. We are on tangents, hashtag tangential broads.
Tangential broads.
I'm proud of it.
I know, me too. Bekah, I just realized you won't be having your period again for a hot
I've only
minute.
had 2 periods in like 2 years. What the fuck?
So I know that my sister-in-law didn't have a period for almost 6 years because she had 5 kids back to back. and then during the breastfeeding and all that. But anyways, you're not going to be needing this next product for some time, but I will absolutely be using it because it's my favorite uterine care product company. It's Lola. Lola is a female-founded company offering a line of organic cotton tampons, pads, liners, and all natural cleansing wipes.
Unlike other major brands, Lola products are 100% natural and easy to feel good about. There's no BS, mystery fibers, or doubts about what's going in your body. Plus, Lola products come in a simple, customizable subscription. Lola will deliver exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. They couldn't make it easier to be on your period, honestly, and their packaging makes it even better. No more bright, oddly matched tampon or pad packaging displayed in your bathroom anymore. No, Lola's packing is sleek and sophisticated and minimalist. I love it.
Oh, it looks like a piece of art more than a tampon, if I'm being real. Personally, I love how your subscription is fully customizable. You can choose your mix of products, mix of absorbency, number of boxes, and frequency of delivery. Every option is in your hands to create your perfect uterine care delivery. Lola's subscription is super flexible, too. You can change, skip, or cancel your subscription at any time. And Lola now offers cleansing wipes that are safe for use anywhere in the body. I love them. They're the first biodegradable, all-natural wipe of their kind, perfect for a midday refresh. They're individually packaged and gynecologist approved and hypoallergenic.
And for every purchase, Lola donates feminine care products to homeless shelters across the U.S. And now, for 30% off your first month's subscription, you can visit mylola.com and enter Chatty30 when you subscribe. That's 30% off your first month's subscription by visiting mylola.com and entering Chatty30 when you subscribe.
Okay, so we are halfway through the holidays already, which is insane. And I'm going to need a little extra support for energy and immunity because getting sick always. And stress, hello. Well, I have an easy way to make sure I am regularly getting the best vitamins and supplements I need, and that is through Care of.
Care of is a wellness brand that makes it easy to get the right vitamins, supplements, and protein powders for your specific needs. I've now been using Care of for almost 2 years, actually. Whether you're looking for glowing skin, more energy, better sleep, or something to support your health and fitness routine, prenatals, whatever, Care of helps you build and stick with a plan that's right for you. All you have to do is take a short, fun quiz about your lifestyle and health needs, and you'll get a research-backed recommendation with the vitamins, supplements, and or protein powders you need based on your completely personalized quiz results, and you can modify your subscription at any time when your needs or preferences change. And by the way, your Care of order gets shipped right to your door in convenient daily packs that are also compostable. You can get info about that on their website. Perfect for a busy on-the-go lifestyle. Just throw a couple in your suitcase when traveling or one in your diaper bag when you're running about, whatever.
Or your backpack. Hey, college and high school broads listening to this, please do not be like me when I was in high school and college and take your vitamins and supplements. It's one of my biggest regrets, okay? Maybe you can even ask for a Care of subscription from your for your parents for Christmas. They'd be impressed too.
Yes, they would.
Wow, my child is taking care of their health. Amazing. Also, vegan and vegetarian supplement options are available to match your dietary needs and to ensure you're getting the nutrients you need for those specific diets.
And check out this deal we have for you, broads. It's a really good one. Get 50% off your first Care of order by going to takecareof.com and enter Chatty50. That's 50% off your first Care of order. Go to takecareof.com and enter Chatty50. It's really a great deal.
It really is. Okay, so let's talk about...
All right, let's get to actually what we said we were going to talk about.
So in the previews, we see all these new women, and then, of course, walks in Miss Hannah Brown. And at first, I'm not shocked because I'm like, of course she's
getting out of the
show
limo.
up.
It's a joke. It's,
right.
Whatever.
And you're kind of like, oh, she's going to show up and be like... Hi, Pete, it's me. And Pete's going to be like, oh my God, are you back? And she'll be like, no, but I just wanted to give you some advice, blah, blah, blah. But then
things take a turn.
Okay,
for one, as you pointed out, she is in 2 different dresses.
Yes, so if you go back and watch, when she gets out of the limo, she's in a red dress.
Yes.
And then when her and Pete are sitting and having a conversation, she is in a sparkling number. So unless Homegirl's having a fashion change, which, by the way, I would support with every part of my being, she's like, I'm famous now, so I'm going to get into 4 dresses in my 10-minute cameo in this. It seems as if she's there for maybe more than one night.
I don't know. It's so... Okay, like, it seems super, like, not clickbaity, but, like, watch baity.
Yes,
you know, like,
yes.
Hannah's coming back to compete. But I don't know. I'm so conflicted. And I have seen some comments where people, like, is like, she's not actually there. But... there's something so weird about their dynamic when they're sitting in the promo.
And you hear her, and of course you hear the editing and her saying like, you know, I would do anything for love, right? And like it makes it sound like she wants to be with him again, but that could be weird editing. But when they're sitting together and he's leaning in, he's like
they're
Hannah
about
Brown.
to kiss.
Oh, and the way she's like leaning into him, I mean, the sexual tension is high.
No, they were like almost touching lips. They were so close. So that was interesting. And then also he said, and it didn't seem like it was edited around, like, would you want to come back?
Yes.
Like,
and now there's a chance that, again, it's a watch bait situation, and she's going to be like, no, Peter, no, I want you to spread your wings and fly across all these women and, you know, whatever. But
fly across all these women.
But like, even if she says that and leaves, their energy and how like zhuzhy he was with her was intense.
Yeah.
It was and again, I can't get over the two dress thing. It seems odd to me.
I just don't know.
But what people have pointed out is that she's filming Dancing with the Stars while this is happening.
Sure.
So unless she's literally allowed to show up occasionally on dates and then go back to filming, which it's, you know, it's their show. Maybe they're going to choose to do that. I would think that
that ain't going to work out.
She's not coming back.
Yeah, I definitely don't think she's coming back.
No, I don't think so
like,
either.
That'd just be too good to be true. But can you imagine her in the house with all the women? I would love it.
Oh, it would be everything.
That would be gnarly. Like, I would actually be terrified if I was her going, like, into...
Oh, I would be... Oh, you'd be scared if you were Hannah going in?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would walk in there. I'd be wearing a crown and have a scepter, and I'd be like, obviously, I'm ruling this show.
I mean, it's kind of gnarly, though, because, like... you are sort of a little group that is sort of trauma bonded together. Like,
sure.
And me going through it and her going through it too. And then being like, damn, I got to head back into that. But now I'm that girl that everyone fucking hates.
Yeah.
But also
true.
you would have special privileges. So you'd be like, where's my phone?
But also you know that America is behind you. So anyone who tries
Maybe.
Really? You don't think? I mean,
I think that she's probably gonna get a lot of the responses, if she hasn't already, of like, really, Hannah, desperate. Like, you already had your time and you dumped him, because people are really protective of Pete like that.
True, because he is like a little angelic being.
Right. So they're like, you already broke his heart. How dare you come back and try to like have your cake and eat it
But
too.
do you think now that she did the Dancing with the Stars and is like America's sweetheart, that people are rooting her on more in that way? Because now all these other people who don't watch The Bachelor know about her too. She has a broader audience. I don't know. Now,
I don't know either.
Because I feel like if she'd pull like a Nick, if she'd pull a Nick on Caitlyn's season and come in a few weeks in, people might get mad. But day one, when they don't know the girls yet and they're not protective of any of the women, I don't know.
I don't know either. I can't wait to watch. I definitely don't think she's like
I don't think so either, because again,
we also don't see her in like any other parts of the promo, and you think that I would think that would really be teased. Do you know what I mean?
No, for sure. Like, even though we weren't teased by him cutting his face open, and I think that they'd show us that.
Oh wait, just wait, that's gonna come. That's gonna play over and over
as soon
and
as
over.
Hannah's is done, that's just gonna be what's consistently played. And God knows I won't be able to watch it because you know me with blood, so you're gonna have to explain what's going on the entire
that's
time.
That's gonna be insane.
But yeah, no, I really don't think that she's coming back.
All right. Well, is there anything else from the promo that we should cover? Any other like little tea?
I mean, no, because I think that the only thing that we could talk about are some of the girls that are going to be coming on the show, and we're obviously going to have a whole episode dedicated to that. Now, I will do a little tease.
Okay.
Apparently, one of the girls is a quote unquote home wrecker. And I know nothing about this, but someone, and I don't know if, because again, you guys,
someone else revealed it about her.
Someone said, and I don't know anything about it because I intentionally haven't looked, but I saw that there was like a home wrecker where it's maybe someone who broke up a marriage or something like that, and she's already getting like shamed like crazy.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that, and then have a way for people to find out when you go on national television.
Now everyone knows everything. But I'm really interested if it's true, like how much people are going to tear her apart, and also like, I don't know. that would be really upsetting, like not knowing like what the details are.
Yeah,
if she then gets this reputation.
I'll save my judgment till I find out the details.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely breaking up a family is not a good look.
No, not a good look at all. But again, what if she didn't know that he was married and
That's
we don't
true.
know
Maybe
anything?
he lied to her,
And now she's getting shamed by all these women. I don't know.
we'll see.
We'll see. Gosh, there's going to be a lot.
Ooh, I love all that shit.
I'm so excited.
Do you think he'll get engaged by the end of it?
100%.
Yeah, I do too. I have no doubt in my mind.
He seems like such a romantic that it's just going to be like.
Oh, I'm getting really excited.
I feel like he's going to be a Ben Higgins who says, I love you to like 4 women.
I definitely see that.
But, that's the other thing we saw in the preview is that he definitely tells.
Ben Higgins is back again.
They kind of have a similar look, right? I feel like maybe they could, I don't know.
I mean, they both look like they're from fucking Colorado, so I guess you could say
I feel
that.
like they're like similar height and like haircut kind of. I don't know. But I guess then people are like, Nick looks like him too. They all look similar. But but we see in the preview that he's telling one of the girls that he's already been intimate with someone.
Oh, I know.
But we know. I feel like I bet Pete again, he's so sensual and all that. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of sex. There's gonna be a lot of I love yous.
I really hope that he does pulls like sex before the fantasy suite moment.
Oh, for sure.
That is just so drama filled.
What if him and Hannah, or what if Hannah shows up night 1 and they're like, we gotta just do this one more time. She's like, I don't want to stay, but I just need.
I just came back for a little more Pilot Pete before he gets engaged.
And ABC rolls in on wheels this giant windmill to be like, we're recreating your special night.
I love that.
Cardboard.
Love that for them.
I really hope so. My deepest hopes and desires.
She's like, I just need a piece, one more piece of Pete.
One more piece of Pilot Petey. So I think that's it.
Okay.
So we have a few. We thought we'd do some Q&A.
Do you know how many women there are coming in?
I don't.
Okay.
Is it typically 25?
It can really range like anywhere from I think 23 or 24 all the way up to like 31.
That's absurd. That's a lot of people.
I want to say Ari's season had like 30. Or maybe it was Colton. Somebody's recent season had like literally 31
That
women.
would be so intimidating.
It's just so many names to remember.
Were you intimidated on the first night or did you feel pretty confident?
I feel like we've talked about this before. I don't know. When I first walked in and like everyone was kind of rolling in, I'm like, oh, because of course, when I first went into it, I'm like, I'm about to be the hottest bitch on the block. Watch out. And then my season had some very beautiful women. So when everyone started filing into the room, I was kind of like, oh shit, I might need to rethink this. But then like, I'm not gonna lie, I started having conversations with some of the people, and it was like some of the women. I love most of the girls. I love all the girls on the season. Looking back on it, but definitely there's somewhere I'm like, okay, like I think I may be a little more like, I don't know. I think I have a little more to offer with personality, and like I think that I'll do just fine. Bringing what I have to the table. So by the end of the first night, I was like, we chill. Oh, and then also like when I met him and everything, I was like, we good.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
Yeah. So. I feel like if I would be there first night and I met him and there was any sort of connection, I'd be okay for a while.
Yeah.
But without meeting him, night 1, I would be like, I
gosh, you were
everything.
one of the girls that didn't get to talk to him?
No, I mean like just walking into that whole group of women, I'd be like shivering in a corner. I would just be like, oh God, I'm questioning everything about myself.
Well, I felt good because I didn't know who he was going in. I didn't really know anything about him.
That's
so that
a
was
powerful moment.
That was actually like a positive thing. Like I imagine for some of the girls going into like Pete's season, it could be pretty nerve wracking of like wanting to impress Pete. But it's
also
very
like how many
women
women do you think are there for Tyler?
I don't know. I think a lot of them are probably there for Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like Pete, I mean, like I would go on for Tyler, but then if it was Pete, I wouldn't be like bummed, you know?
No.
I think that's the thing.
A lot of people were there, I'm sure, for Mike too. Because Mike, it seemed like I would be honestly, minus Jed, Hannah, we talked about this. Hannah had a great group of guys. We got
Luke. I miss that guy.
What if he
I really do.
comes back on Pete's season? He's like, can you fit me in somehow? People have forgotten about me, and I was a really hot topic for a while.
Her season was so good.
She had such a good season, and there were just so many good guys. I
But
feel like
there were good guys.
there'd be like a lot of the guys could show up on as the Bachelor, and if I was going on for someone in particular, I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah, if it was
a
like
lot of
Pete,
guys.
Mike, or Tyler, I'd be totally chill with it.
100%. Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna be. I don't know if everyone felt that way about Colton, because I think I remember hearing that 1 or 2 girls actually dropped out.
Right.
'Cause
Well,
they tell you who it is, and then you make the choice.
remember we heard that Cassie was supposed to be on Ari's season and dropped?
No way.
I'm like 99.9% sure. Or I had
Damn.
heard, maybe it was
That
a
bitch
rumor,
is smart.
but I had heard she was just like age-wise. It was like, she was like not
she
feeling
must
it
have
as
been
much because she didn't.
21. Are we the same age?
I think she's younger than you, isn't she?
I think we're the same age, maybe.
Oh, maybe not.
Well,
She
whatever.
wasn't ready
set
to
me
have,
up with the story.
She wasn't ready to have the balls to go on and be the young.
I'm like, are you kidding me? You think I'm gonna say no? I'd be like, my chance.
I don't care who it is. I will go on.
Yeah,
if you are allowing me to go on, I will go on.
I wasn't upset about it being Ari. I felt apathetic about the whole thing. Anyway, really though, is that true?
I'm 99.9% sure. But again, it could have been a rumor
some
that I
people
read.
dropped Colton's, because who is it supposed to be? Is it a Colton? No, like Jason.
People thought it was going to be
Blake
Blake or Jason.
I wasn't really into any of them.
Not so much.
So.
My cup of tea.
I would have been like, Colton, great. He's going to have great ratings. I will be there.
Even though we did fall in love with Blake at the end of Paradise.
That's true. Yeah, although I was hearing some weird stuff about whatever. This is just weird. We can just go on and on and on. I just heard some stuff about how he was talking about the Caitlyn situation on Off the Vine or whatever. I don't know.
God. Well, listen, I'm not surprised. It was just more like by the end of Bachelor, him kicking his legs up on his tummy with the girlies all the time. I was just
on
more like
VIP and how he was always the one everyone was crying to. I know, it was kind of fantastic.
and the constant Charlie Brown music of him being sad walking around.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like
Christina, it's her. Yeah, that was just insane.
It was
I loved
too
it.
perfect. Anyways.
All right.
Anyways, we have some Q&A questions that we thought we would take.
Do we have any Bachelor ones?
We
we're gonna
do.
go over, or are we gonna hop in? Okay.
No, let's do some Bachelor ones, and then we have some baby ones.
Sweet.
Hey, broads. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Maggie.
We're college students from Indiana, and we've
like
been
that.
obsessed with your podcast from day one.
So our question for you today is, if you two were made the co-producers of the Bachelorette / Bachelor,
God.
what would be some of the first changes you would make to the show?
Jessica.
And we just wanted to say thanks so much for creating such an awesome and honest podcast. We love tuning in every week. Broad Squad forever.
Oh, my heart.
Lauren, Maggie, Broad Squad forever. I'm obsessed with you guys.
Our OG broads.
Such a good question.
That is a great question. Okay, co-producers. Number 1, we're always in power suits.
Yeah. Okay. This is just about our wardrobe and stuff. Number 2, always have a Bloody Mary and a mimosa waiting for each of us, respectively. Bloody Mary for me.
Number 3, I don't smoke cigars, but I will demand one every day. Because I'm going to join the old boys club,
I
baby.
want a jewel disguised as a cigar that I can puff on.
Trample all over these men's. We're going to dominate television.
Wait, speaking of, sorry, do we know what the fuck happened with Mike Fleissy?
No idea. I got to look into it.
I'm just going to Google that real quick. But okay, meanwhile, while we're on the topic of being co-producers. Okay, wait. Because the producers are usually the ones that are like on it with the ladies, or are we talking like head honcho Mike Fleiss kind of status?
I would
on
imagine
our boat in
that
Hawaii.
I would imagine that they mean like the Mike Fleisses.
Okay. Yeah, the people who have the power over the show. Okay, what would we change about the show?
First of all, every season, regardless if it was Bachelor or Bachelorette, either Bekah or I would be the main star.
Second of all,
We would swap.
instead of referring to them as ladies, they will all be referred to as broads.
Obviously.
The
men and the women.
But I agree. We will take turns being the Bachelorette every other season. So that's the biggest change we would make to the Bachelorette franchise.
ABC's like, it's just Bekah or I every year. By
They're
like year
Jess
5,
is
they're like,
43. And on your little tagline, it's like, Jess, 27. She's been 27 the past 7 seasons.
Like, if you wiki this, you can find out that she's actually 43. It says she's 27. Also, the age of the contestants is not changing, even though
my God.
in their 40s.
Oh, wait, shit. Apparently, Mike Fleiss and his wife have reconciled, and she backs him up. Oh, no. She said, I'd like to correct the erroneous reporting that my husband intentionally tried to attack and hurt me. That's untrue. We both take full responsibility for our actions. And
Stop, really?
yep. That's okay. Well,
That's some sketchy territory that I don't feel like we should
let's
get
move
into
past
right now.
that. Let's
Yeah.
move past that.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, back to being producers.
Back to being producers.
So,
No, but for real, I mean,
nothing. It's perfect.
it's perfection. The obvious changes would be like the clear, like, you know, well, actually,
We got to bring the gays on.
we have to bring the gays on, of course. We need diversity. We need gender diversity. We need body diversity. There's just diversity in general across
that's
the board.
thing. We would be out on the streets, like picking it, going, no, first of all, we would lead all the casting. Sorry to the casting department. We would do the
100%.
casting.
We'd be in
Yes, it would be
charge.
exhausting, but we are willing to take one for
Would
the
it
team.
would we make all of you go through an incredibly rigorous process?
100%.
Yes. Would there be obstacle courses?
We would hire broads to do incredible internet sleuthing, hire people off of the subreddit to
Yes.
sleuth all of the potential people.
Yes, all of the Bachelorette would become the
that would
sleuths beforehand.
This would actually be the thing though. I actually would hire people to be basically like internet detectives, like how the subreddit is.
Literally the Bachelor subreddit. You could just hire like all the top 10 and
then
have
we'd
them
call out
take care of
potential candidates.
everything.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
I would actually do that. Yes, I would do all the casting. We'd have all sorts of different types of people. That's probably the biggest change.
That would be the biggest change.
As for
to
the
me,
format of the
sure.
show, Fantasy Suites would start week 3. So you'd be
Or
going
every
in-
week it would be an option.
Oh, I like that. Oh, every week there's one fantasy suite date that they get to choose someone to go on.
Oh, yes.
And
Instead
they
of giving a
pick.
rose away at the date, they can decide to give a fantasy suite away.
Or maybe not every week because that's a little dramatic, but they get like 2 fantasy suite dates leading up to the actual fantasy suites that they can. So everyone's always wondering, am I going to get one of the fantasy suite wild cards?
Right. Is he or she going to hand you a rose or a key? What are you going to get?
Oh, that would really mix shit up. I love that.
Yeah.
Like if you got like a free pass or 2 to use. That's
oh my
juicy.
gosh.
I like that.
That would be really fun. That would definitely change the dynamic a little bit.
Also, I want a senior citizen version,
We need one.
an over 60 version.
I feel like we would have some of the most beautiful stories if we had a
Dude, I also
over
was
60
feeling it would be
version.
insanely raunchy.
It would be unbelievably raunchy, as we discussed before.
The retirement community is getting it on.
And we had so many DMs when we brought that up for people who work in those communities and say, you guys, yes. It is rampant, the sexual
TV
activity.
would be insane.
It would be crazy.
I mean, look, the Real Housewives is all like women over 45.
yeah.
Get some of those broads on the show.
Oh, also would definitely want to collab with Bravo in some way and start like getting some of those women.
Yes,
like,
first of all, we'd
Shannon Bedore would be the next Bachelorette.
First of all, we'd be changing networks. Yeah. From ABC to Bravo.
Yeah, because they can do a little.
Shannon as the Bachelor?
Can you imagine?
I don't know which would be better, Shannon or Vicky.
Well, Vicky's now.
I know, whatever, but she'll be
know.
divorced soon enough.
Sad. Probably. I know that there was that talk about what's her face?
Who? Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
yeah.
What's her face? Yeah, who's been married? The Countess?
Yeah, the Countess they were talking about, that was rumor that she was going to be the next Bachelorette, which would be, by the way, also so raunchy. She would have only men like under 25. That would be.
I just immediately thought of Vicky's because she'd be like, my love tank needs to be filled. That's like her tagline thing, you know?
That's a perfect tagline.
Anyway.
We love the Real Housewives.
Wow.
Honestly.
Hope that answers the question.
Great question. Awesome. Seriously, though. Love that.
I love it too.
All right. Let's see.
Hey guys, so Bachelor season is coming up in January, and I have a little bit of an issue. I don't know if I can watch the season because I love Peter so much, and the fact that other girls are like going to be dating him. I don't know if I can watch it. I haven't felt this way about something or someone since I was like 13 and like Nick Jonas was dating Miley Cyrus, and I just don't know if I can watch it. But then again, I went on a date with this guy like a week ago, and he looks exactly like Peter the pilot, and his name is Corey, and he is a pilot himself. So it's like Corey the pilot. I don't know. I'll like link in like pictures of them side by side, but I don't know. Should I just like live my life with like Corey the pilot, and like watch the show and like vicariously think that it's Peter, or like not? Like, this is my own fan fiction right now. Anyways, should I watch the season or not watch the season?
I love you so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. First of all, have you had those in your life, like straight up?
Oh, like it's painful. I used to feel that way about Charlie Hunnam on
Sons of Anarchy?
and like I hated. I thought the show was so dumb, and I hated it. But I would watch it for him, and it like physically hurt me that I couldn't be with him.
Yeah, totally. I felt that way with Spike.
Right? It's like a pit.
You feel like ill.
I belong with them.
When he got married in real life, I remember like being like viscerally angry. And like, I'm sure they're lovely together, but it was like I felt sick. And if they would have had a reality TV show about their marriage, couldn't have watched it. Because it's like, nah, I can't. Okay, now let's look at these photos. Side? Okay, so here's Pete.
Okay.
And here's Corey.
Wait, they actually really look alike, people.
Okay, I don't think that we can post this because I don't think we have his permission, but they look so much alike.
I say don't watch the season and live vicariously and pretend that you are one of the contestants with this guy.
100%. He looks, I believe you said his name is Corey. He looks so much like Pete, and he's also a pilot. You don't need to watch that.
No.
You're living your own fantasy.
You don't even have to compete with like 25, hopefully. Don't have to compete with like 25
Corey's
other women.
like, well, I'm figuring out that I look like Pete, so we're going to start a kind of...
Adding some ladies to the roster. Yeah, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Live your pilot Corey fantasy.
Live your pilot Corey fantasy.
And also congrats.
I know.
I hope you bag this guy.
Yeah, for real. Like, you found your guy who's like the fantasy that you desire. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How could it get better than that? I'm not sure.
Keep us updated.
Also, if you watched, this is just what always happens in general, is whenever we have the person become the Bachelor or Bachelorette, you end up finding out more about them, and the fantasy kind of, at least in my opinion, dies a little bit. It's true. So if you watch if you watch it with Pete, I bet at the end of it, maybe you won't be quite as in love, and maybe you'll be more in love with Corey. I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever watched a Bachelor season where like at the end I was more into the dude than I was before.
Which is why I didn't want Tyler to become the Bachelor, because I'm like, don't ruin yourself. You're just kind of this fantasy right now, and I don't want you to.
Social media presence has kind of killed it for me. Not that it's like annoying.
I
or
don't
anything.
stay
It's
updated.
just, like,
I don't follow him.
I follow him, but
I do it because I don't want it to get ruined.
Yeah, he's just a guy now, kind of to me.
I mean, in the end, they really all are.
They really all are. So it doesn't really matter if it's Pilot Pete or Pilot Corey. They're just dudes.
They're just men's. And you know what? If you have the real deal in front of you, go for that. Go for that. 100%. Let's see. Oh, we have one about. Should we go into some children ones?
Sure.
Let's do that.
Hi, Bekah and Jess. This is so funny. But okay, so I'm Kaylee. I'm 19, and my mom has been yelling at me all morning, and I keep saying to myself, when you have kids, you will not yell at your children, but I bet you that I will break that promise to myself.
You will.
So what are things that you vowed before you had kids?
Oh, shit.
Kids, yay, Bekah. But what are things that you vowed that you wouldn't do as a mom that you totally do? 'Cause I'm just curious. Love you guys. Bye.
Great question, Kaylee.
God.
Y'all
Broads
coming
are
in with
so funny and like
ass
I know, and the great questions. Goddamn.
voice memos. I love the voice
Me
memos.
too.
I'm so stoked on them.
Okay, Kaylee.
It's really funny because I was literally thinking about this yesterday.
Were you?
Either after or before I was with you, and I wanted to talk to you about it
Okay.
because I was like thinking about how literally everything like you plan on doing, it just doesn't happen the way you plan it.
No. That's just parenthood in general. But did you have specifics of like, I'm not going to do this?
I think I probably will reach that point
Yeah.
where I'm like crossing those lines. I was just thinking little things like I said Ruth was gonna like sleep in our bed as long as you know she wanted to and whatever. And then it turns out that she was like on my tit all night long, and I'm like, this is not sustainable. We need to make changes.
Yeah.
And like I don't give a fuck about what I said before. We're now making this change. And it's just like been kind of a learning process about that of like, yeah, you should bring in some like expectations for yourself, but you got to roll with what's working and what's not. And I was just thinking about that. And I'm trying to think if there's any, there's not really anything like big. And I also don't think I have the type of personality to be like, I'm never, ever going to do that kind of thing. I don't know. Did you bring in any of those?
Yeah.
Parenting?
Oh, for sure.
Like what?
Well, first of all, raising your voice 100%. I was like, I would never raise my voice.
I already
at my
knew because I
sweet
did it with
angel
my nanny
baby.
kids. I'd be like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
I remember like being maybe 7 or 8 months pregnant at the grocery store, and I saw a mom, and I want to like send her a card and some love now, and she had like 4 children crawling on top of her, and she snapped at one of the kids in front of people, and I remember being like, wow, I would never, and had this like kind of attitude about it. And I thought about her the other day because I was at the grocery store with Ember, and Ember, there's 1, not 4, 1. And she was like trying to crawl out of the seat, and she was pulling stuff off, and I snapped at her in front of people, snapped at her. And is it right? No. I'm not saying it's right.
Does it happen?
But I had this moment of like, I feel so bad judging that mom. Second, I immediately was like, I wonder if any listeners are seeing me right now. And they're like, wow, Jess is a horribly mean, scary mother. But no, the raising my voice, like I obviously try not to with her, but sometimes you just like lose your mind and you snap.
Oh, on the plane, Ruth was cutting a tooth, actually. The plane ride was pretty gnarly
Was
back
it
from
really?
Chicago. She was like, oh my God. She just like wants to be on the floor crawling all the time. So it was like no matter what I was trying to do with her, she was like arching her back and like just freaking out and like would not be held. And like even if you try to stand her up on the chair, she'd like collapse in a puddle on the ground and was screaming. And I at one point was trying to hold her because there was gnarly turbulence. So I was like, I physically can't put you on the ground. I've got to hold you. She didn't want to nurse or anything. And she was doing the back arch, and I growled. I was like, stop. And like I think the person in front of me like kind of turned around and was like, wow, you're really talking to your infant like that? I was just
It
like,
was past
stop
Jessica
it!
being like,
Yeah. I was just like, stop it, because I was coming to like my wit's end and I just didn't.
Oh no. I mean, you know which one was the big one?
What?
My mom told me when I was young that I used to never stop talking. Surprise podcast. But she was like, you literally never would stop talking. And it was so obnoxious. And she used to, on a regular basis, force quiet time for me and be like, you need to have 10 minutes of silence and not talk and whatever. And I remember hearing that for years and being like,
that doesn't give me a good feeling.
yeah, I'm like, that makes me feel yucky inside. And honestly, when I have a child, like I am going to
never silence
I
them.
will never silence. Also love and accept every question that they ask me and be like, wow, I'm going to help your brain expand and experience life. And I'll ask, I love questions. Give me more questions. Well, I had Ember. And first of all kids ask questions. My child asks questions so much. All of our teachers are always like, your child doesn't ever stop asking questions, which, bless, she's a curious being. But you best believe when we are driving from Los Angeles to Orange County, and that's an 1.5-hour drive, and she is looking out the window and literally everything she is seeing is making her think of a question, and there's no breath in between, I silence her.
Nannying helped with this because I sort of knew that I would not be the perfect parent I thought I would be. Okay. Because I had a nanny kid who was like that, but his questions were infuriating to me sometimes. I love this kid so much. But his questions would be like, I would see a billboard. I would go, I would go like, oh, I saw that movie. Just trying to make conversation in the car, you know, or not trying to make conversation, but just like engage with him. I'd be like, I saw that movie. It was really funny. And he'd go, why was it funny? And I'd be like, it made me laugh. And he'd be like, but why did it make you laugh? And I'm like, because the jokes were humorous to me and like elicited a physical reaction of laughter. What are you getting at? You know? And those kind of questions that were like...
No, it's just that when you're walking and Amber's just like, why is the cement that color? I'm like,
because someone chose it to be that
but
color.
Why? I don't know. I don't know. And it's just like, why do you not know? Like, that's always the question. Why do you not know? And I'm like, first of all, don't you make me feel stupid, you 4-year-old. But no. Oh no. Constant ones like that.
And I just remember too, one of my nanny kids, I watched his mom come home with a new haircut and she was like, look, don't you like my haircut? And he had a pair of scissors behind his back. And this is like usually actually like his parents were very good at training him. Like he was a well-trained child, but they're children, so they have their moments.
Of course.
And he looked at her and said, it looks great, Mom, but I think it would look a little better like this. And just before anyone could even stop him, took a piece of her hair and just cut it off.
Stop.
And so I watched her lose her fucking shit. And I'm like, I would 100% do the same. She was just
100%.
like, you know, he was like 7 or 8. And she was just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Oh no, I would have flipped out.
Go to your room right now. Why would you do that? You know? And it's like, maybe in the moment it's not the best reaction, but also like sometimes, dude, kids are gnarly and you don't know what the fuck to do.
If you are a parent listening to this and you have the moment where you feel like a bad parent and like you've gone, like I've had moments where I snap and then I go in and I literally go and cry in my room because I'm like, I'm the worst parent that's ever existed. Everyone does it, okay? Maybe people don't do it in public, but you will hit a moment, whether your child is a newborn and they won't stop crying and you haven't gotten any sleep and you're sobbing and you yell at your 4-week-old and then feel traumatized for a week because you feel like a bad parent. Just be easy. Just go low key on yourself, honestly.
Yeah, and also like there's a way to turn it around in even a healthy teaching moment for your kids. So if you go like, you know what, I am so sorry. I should have taken a deep breath. Like, can you and I practice doing like a deep breath for 10 seconds? We can practice that when we get angry, so that we don't react in the way that I just did. Like, and I turn it around.
And I also, and of course, we're not talking about like
abuse.
Yes, no, we're having a conversation about like a mom who loves her child having a snapping moment. I also think there is something that's so beautiful about a parent looking at their child and being like acknowledging that they made a mistake and saying like, I'm really sorry, because I feel like it teaches your child too, like, number one, they're going to make mistakes. They're not looking at a human being who's perfect. And then they have a parent who's willing to acknowledge the fact that they're sorry, that they did make a mistake. I think it's a good thing for a child to see.
I think so too.
Also screen time. That's my other one.
Oh, you said you wouldn't.
Oh, I was just like, you know what? If my child ever watches something, it'll be like National Geographic or like some sort of like autobiography about someone, you know, worthwhile. Are you kidding me? No. You know, and I try to not make it constant, of course, but like you hit a point and you're like, I'm trying to work and my child, no.
And they love Doc McStuffins, so guess what? We're
watching Doc McStuffins. Yep. Like, I tried to put National Geographic on for like, you know, my 1-year-old. No. Not what they desired. So just be easy on yourself.
Yep.
You're going to do a lot of that in time.
Speaking of children.
Yeah, speaking of children, one of the best parts of having children is that you have immediate Christmas present ideas for your parents or grandparents. Giving them an adorable picture of their grandchild or great-grandchild. But this year...
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. But this year, I am really going to up my game and make sure my family gets gorgeous photos of Ember in stunning frames. And the only place that I get my frames from Framebridge.
I just told someone about Framebridge the other day. They make it easy and affordable to frame your favorite things, from art prints and posters to all your best photos. And like Jess said, with the holidays fast approaching, Framebridge is also the perfect way to give ridiculously easy and thoughtful gifts. Check this out. In just minutes, you can turn a photo from your phone into one of your best gifts ever.
Rods, this was the easiest and sweetest gift. All I had to do was go to framebridge.com, upload my photo. Maybe this is a cute picture of your baby dressed as a salad from Halloween, or you and your boo, kissing underneath the mistletoe, or your golden doodle looking fresh from a bath. Anything you want, literally anything from your phone. Then I previewed my items online in a variety of frame style options, or I could select one of their best-selling designs. Then the expert team at the Framebridge factory will custom frame your item and deliver the finished piece straight to you or anyone on your list. I can't wait for my family's gifts to arrive. A handmade personal gift from Framebridge starts at $39 and all shipping is free. Plus, our listeners will get 15% off their first order at framebridge.com when you use code CHATTY.
Become a gift-giving legend by using Framebridge to give high-quality, one-of-a-kind gifts that you can order in minutes. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code CHATTY, and you'll save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code CHATTY, framebridge.com, promo code CHATTY. You can also, the thing I really like is like if you have a poster you bought, like from a vintage store, they'll send you a tube to your door that you can just like put your poster in and then like drop in the mail.
They make it like make sure that nothing gets damaged and everything's so easy. And also
really
sometimes
convenient.
those like vintage posters come in weird sizes where you can't get frames if they're not custom. And
the
custom frames are expensive.
Yes, I've dealt with all of that. And Framebridge makes it really easy.
So easy. You want to hit one or two more?
Yeah.
All right, let's
go
do
for
this.
it.
Hello, broads. My name is Katie. I've been listening to your podcast since the very beginning. I absolutely love you too. It feels like Christmas every single time a new episode comes out. I have a question for you. I found out that I am 2 months pregnant and this is our first baby. And I'm a little nervous, so I would love some advice from you guys for new moms and just tips or anything that you can think of, because I'm a little nervous and I'm pretty sure we both are, but we are so excited to start this journey together. So any tips or advice that you have, that would be so amazing. Anyways, I love the podcast and I love you both so much. All right, bye.
First of all, congratulations, Katie.
Congratulations. First 2 months in. Yay. I know, it's so scary though.
There's so many things.
I know.
Over.
Katie, you are probably going to feel this nervousness throughout your pregnancy. No, you are not alone. Pretty much, especially a first time, everyone does. But personally, I would say that my biggest encouragement to you would be that literally every child and every pregnancy is different.
Mm-hmm.
So when people are giving you tons of advice, which is typically always done out of love,
and it's typically always annoying.
That's kind of the thing too. People will tell you, listen, this is how you do it. And you have to get this, and you have to train your child to sleep in this way, or you have to co-sleep, or you have to breastfeed in this form, or you have to have your child in this way. And everyone's going to tell you how you have to do it. Intuitively, the fact, and I say this to some of our listeners who are nervous about things sometimes, the fact that you are even just reaching out and thinking about like already your child and what can I do to, best take care of my baby and tips of advice. You're an amazing mom already.
Aww.
You have that instinct in you naturally. So you're
great, Jess.
Your child is going to be your child and your pregnancy is going to be your pregnancy. And I believe trusting yourself is really important.
Secondly, I think it's kind of a random one, but I always forget the wealth of knowledge the internet has, although it can be like very overwhelming and too much like bad information. But I actually found YouTube really helpful.
Yeah.
So I would look up, like newborn essentials or like what you really need for a baby and like that kind of thing. And looking up those kind of guides on YouTube or on the internet, like in terms of stuff, I remember I found a list of like what you really need for a baby. And I just stuck to that list and it actually ended up being really great. We didn't end up with too much shit and it was just what we needed. So that kind of thing's really helpful. Also, I actually just was listening to, I don't know if you're nervous about birth at all. Of course, that's like, I'm a birth junkie. I was just listening to a podcast called The Birth Hour. It's really fantastic. And there's the creator who's a doctor of this website called Evidence-Based Birth. And it is a fantastic resource. All of the research is like peer reviewed. But on it, she has like different guides about what to look for in a provider and all that sort of thing. So evidence-based birth, can't recommend it enough, no matter what route you plan on going. It's very helpful. And then like I'm trying to think of like stuff during pregnancy.
I feel like my big thing was just enjoy.
Because there's little things that everyone's going to be like, this was my essential.
Of course. Yeah. I mean,
what was your pregnancy essential?
My pregnancy essential? Baths. I literally was just in a bath 24 hours a day.
I don't have a bath.
I'm so sorry. We're going to have to construct that for you, stat. Evan and I are going to show up at your front door with like construction hats. Like, we're going to figure out how to do this. It's going to be real shitty, but we're going to figure it out. My pregnancy essential, and I wish I would have carried this through my third trimester. I started to get a little too nervous in my third trimester because at about 33 weeks, I was 4 centimeters dilated. So my providers were like, you should just really stay near your home.
I'm surprised you didn't have a faster birth, considering you were already like almost halfway dilated.
We don't understand. I was very dilated, walking around in an odd position for weeks. But it was, I have to say, the labor was actually really, I felt to be easy and smooth because I think I was so dilated and my cervix was so like ready to do this thing. So it wasn't like radically painful or anything. It was just uncomfortable for a few weeks. But the whole pregnancy, I just wish that I would have taken advantage of the fact that I was still without child, and not to say that like once you have a baby, like it's all over. It's just more that I spent a good amount of months fixating on the fact of like, what am I forgetting? What do I need to be doing? And worrying about it instead of being like, you know what? My body's already just like in high gear. I'm being the best mom that I can be right now by just making sure that like the home that my baby is currently in is being taken care of. And I think part of taking care of yourself is enjoying your few months before you have your little one. And whether that be going on little staycations with your significant other, making sure you're still spending time with your friends, because you probably won't see a chunk of your friends for the first few months just because of, being busy and experiencing like a new life change. That I think it's important to just like really enjoy yourself and even if that means that you hibernate. Some people just feel better hibernating.
I wish I had given myself more permission to isolate myself. I felt like really weird about it and bad about it, and felt bad that I didn't want to hang out with people. And looking back on it, I'm like, that was just my instinct. That's what I wanted.
And that's the thing. It's like, I feel like that's your body being like, this is what you need, and you're going to be tired for quite a few weeks after you have the baby, and your body wants to spend time alone. Maybe.
Yeah. Listen to actually, that's like, I think the biggest thing through pregnancy, birth, motherhood. Trust your gut and start practicing now, tuning into what your instinct says, and you need to tune out all the rest. I don't care who they are. I mean, obviously, like if your life in danger is in or that kind of thing, obviously you need to go with safety, but listen to your gut and start now practicing. Yeah, this person is saying this, but like, what am I hearing from that voice inside?
Yeah.
Because that will carry you through all of those experiences more than anything else.
And I feel like if you allow yourself to do that too, I still to this day have these moments where I look back on like my pregnancy and then my birth and then the first few weeks where I didn't have a situation like yours where I'd been nannying before. I knew like nothing about babies. You will be literally in shock. Your gut and your intuition as a mother is insane. Yeah. Like you just know. It's crazy. And it's the most beautiful thing ever.
There will be like 2 days maybe where you don't really know what you're doing. And then you just like, even Grayston, like within 3 days, he knew how to hold that fucking baby.
Yeah.
And it's you figure it out. I was going to say that, like, try not to fixate on like things you need to buy or whatever, because you know what? You've got the internet at your fingertips. So if you can't figure something out in the moment, you can look it up. If there's something you don't have, you can Amazon Prime it.
I was going to say, we live in the world of Amazon Prime, which is crazy.
You barely even need that to be that prepared.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't prepare. I think it's just more important to prepare yourself like emotionally and mentally for the experience. Don't worry about the physical objects because that's a trip to Target away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't fixate on that shit. Worry about like take a newborn care class if you don't have any idea how to do it, or YouTube newborn care basics. There's
so many good resources.
Like YouTube how to choose a care provider or like Google good questions to ask your OBGYN or midwife or whatever route, you know, just start educating yourself in those little ways. And I think that that's one of the most.
Yeah. But Katie, you got it.
You got this.
You're going to be good, and your significant other is going to knock it out of the park. You're going to be shocked by how well you do. I promise. It's pretty wild.
Listen to our postpartum episode. That's a good one.
Speaking of baby, we did get numerous questions for you, Bekah, that were asking, now that you're pregnant, are you going to be finishing school?
Yeah. So, this is actually what was one of the most disappointing things about was actually like the only real disappointing thing. So my plan was UC Irvine's in the quarter system, which means we have fall quarter, and then winter quarter is like January to April, and spring quarter is April to June or something along those lines. So baby's due in June. Obviously I'm not doing spring quarter, and unfortunately there are classes that I need to graduate. I only have like 4 or 5 classes left, I think. I can't remember how many exactly, but 2 of those classes are required, and they only offer them in spring. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm doing part-time for this upcoming winter quarter. I was technically full-time with 3 classes in fall. Winter quarter, I'm only taking 2. It's part-time. And so yeah, I'm just going to do that. So I'll be done in like April. So next year, I guess I'll just maybe take like 1 class a quarter.
Yeah.
And try to graduate next year. I mean, whatever. At this point, it's like 7 years, 8 years. What's the fucking difference?
Well, also, like, I know that you want to graduate, and I think that that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
Are you
kidding me?
I'm coming this far. I'm not stopping.
No, I know, and I don't think that you should. But what I'm saying is, like, the fact that even if that means like we're taking 1 class, like for the next 2 years.
Oh yeah,
it's like you've been doing so much, and you're handling now 2 children and moves and businesses and all this that like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, actually, I literally will. So after I take the 2 classes this winter quarter, I literally will only have to take 1 class per quarter next year.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So it'll be like I'll drive to Irvine maybe, and I might even actually get to do 1 or 2 of them as an independent study with my professors. So I wouldn't even have to go in. So it'll be chill, and I'll finish next spring.
You're going to do it.
As long as my little brother doesn't graduate before me. He's like, am I going to graduate before you? I'm like, I think we're going to graduate at the same time.
I would be like, you know what? Maybe. But did you have 2 kids during the process? I don't think so. Did you start a career? I don't think so.
No.
Shut it down.
Yeah, he's 4 years younger than me. So he's like, I'm going to graduate before you. Yeah. My sister graduated in 3 years. She's a freak. But I'm doing it, and that's all that matters. So yeah, to answer the question, I will be finishing eventually. Just going to take some more time.
We'll be right there with you through it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, broads.
Want to do one more fun one, and then we'll wrap it up?
Sure.
Hey, Bekah and Jess. I love your show. My name is Abby, and I have a sex question for you.
Yes.
So I just started seeing this guy, and before we slept together, he told me that he wasn't going to be able to come from us having sex, and that was because his ex had conditioned him to only be able to come while watching porn. And I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. If it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me. And then we had sex, and he was able to come and can do so multiple times, and it's great. But my question is that like a bit of a red flag? Should I be concerned that he told me one thing, but then it turned out to not be the case? Should I just enjoy it and revel in my triumph as some sort of sex witch? Or should I potentially make sure that he wasn't lying to me? Or am I just overthinking it? I don't know how to feel. Help.
Well, I don't think you're overthinking it.
No.
Although I didn't have the same part that I was analyzing. I wasn't so much analyzing him lying to you, more analyzing like, what is he talking about?
You mean with the ex conditioning him to just be able to orgasm watching porn.
I'm like really confused about what he's talking about.
I would be very curious, Abby, to like maybe find out more details about what that means, because that could be like a traumatic thing
or
for him.
I don't know that part. I think no, I've had guys tell me before, like I can't come through oral very easily or something like that, and then things end up working out, and just revel in it and be like, sweet, I got the magic puss.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there could definitely be a few factors to this. One, maybe again, I don't know what that looks like with him and his ex, if it was some sort of like abusive or traumatic thing, or if it was like a habit that I don't know.
Let's get to that in a second, because I really want to unpack that.
If it was a habit or
as for her question,
part of me wonders, maybe he's embarrassed about the fact that maybe he has a harder time orgasming and is laying it out there just in case.
Or maybe he really wasn't able to before.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I also used to tell people like, oh, I'm not able to come during intercourse, only during oral. And then I had a boyfriend where then that ended up not being the case. And it's like, oh, cool.
So maybe there's a thing of like, he knows that there's a chance that he may not be able to. So maybe he's saying like, I don't.
Or that, or maybe it hasn't been his experience.
Or I haven't been able to, just so that in your guys' encounter. I mean, I do have to say that I appreciate the fact that he's being communicative and saying like, hey, I'm not able to do this probably.
Okay.
But
let's unpack the X thing, because I just had this thought too.
Okay.
There is a possibility that Jess, what if he's throwing blame on his ex? Like, what if he has just had the experience of he can only come watching porn, and then he twisted into this weird thing of because my ex conditioned me. What the fuck is that? She would only let them have sex when they were watching porn. What is that?
I don't know what that means. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, Abby, you should definitely find out what that means.
Because what if he's literally just blaming his ex and saying oh, she conditioned me to only come through porn,
right? Versus
what
maybe
if homeboy just is can't come, which is fine. I mean, not fine, but I wouldn't be embarrassed if he said I can only come while masturbating or while watching porn.
It's something that a lot of people have. Yeah,
that could be a red flag if he is blaming an ex when homegirl didn't have anything to do with it.
Do you feel like that Abby would be able to tell if he's throwing blame on his ex when it's just his issue, if she asked specifically what happened and could tell by his answer? If he's kind of dancing around it a little bit versus being well, this is specifically what happened, and it's and he's very straight, and you can tell.
He would only allow us to have sex while or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you would be able to sort of deduce once you start digging a little, if the answer is a little weird. Well, it could be that he's embarrassed though too. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's lying. Maybe he feels uncomfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a little bit of a red flag to be my ex conditioned. I mean, that's a very dramatic statement, and it could be true.
It could definitely be true. And maybe Abby and Tim have already had the conversation and she knows what happened. And then but then he came while they were having sex, and it was
if that's the case, that's fine.
Yeah, if that's the case, if you guys have had a conversation and you know the full info of what's going on, and obviously maybe aren't going to share it on the show, then great. He was able to orgasm with you, and that's awesome.
Just something about the wording that just stands out to me a little. It's a little fishy.
And obviously Abby's feeling that way a little bit.
Right.
The fact that, I would maybe dig a little bit. Also, don't know how serious you two are.
Sure. So if you're just hooking up, I really wouldn't worry about it.
But if this is a boyfriend, you really like him, I want to move forward with him, I'd maybe do a little bit of.
Those people who it's always the ex's fault, this and that, and that's an issue.
That's kind of a Jed thing. It's always the ex, right? That type of personality.
There's a common denominator. It's you.
It's you.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad that you guys had those it sounds like a mutually gratifying sexual experience. Go for it.
So enjoy that piece for sure.
If you're getting in a more serious relationship, do a little figure out what's up there.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, broads, thank you so much for going on this wild journey with us. There were a lot of twists
up and down
turns.
and all around, kind of like an airplane with turbulence.
But I love an episode like this sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll chat on Thursday.
Chat soon, broads.
Chat soon.
Bye.
Bye.